How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be recapping UFC London, Edwards vs. Brady. It just wrapped up, I'd say about 20 minutes ago, and I did, again, pretty mediocre on picks, went 7-6. Not my best card again. Still haven't gone negative on the year. I got the main event wrong. Speaking of the main event, let's get right into it. Oh, man. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. Oh, my God. Sean fucked him up. Sean fucked him up pretty bad in this one. Round one, they were exchanging pretty well on the feet until Sean took him down. It was kind of close on the feet, and that was probably the part that surprised me the most in this fight. I figured if Sean would be able to take him down in the first round, he'd be able to do it whenever he wanted, and that's exactly what happened. But I didn't expect the striking exchanges to be as competitive, if not skewed to Sean Brady as they were. This was an incredibly impressive performance by Sean fucking Brady. This was really good by him. You can see round one, the striking numbers are pretty even. Round two, Leon doesn't land anything. He doesn't even throw anything. Actually, this round, Sean Brady had, I think, 4 minutes and 57 seconds of control time. Round three, he threw 4 strikes. And then round four, Sean, again, kind of stalks him, is teeing off on him on the feet, gets the takedown, immediately mounts him, and gets a guillotine on him. A mounted one at that. This was a very impressive... I want to preface that when I say this. That was incredibly impressive by Sean Brady. In my opinion, he has now jumped Shavkat Rakhmonov for a title shot. I don't care. Shavkat, in my opinion, I don't even think Shavkat really deserved it more than JDM. If we're being honest with ourselves, they have similar opponents. I think Shavkat should fight Joaquin Buckley now. I think that fight makes an insane amount of sense. Sean Brady isn't the most active guy in the world, and before this as well, he took this short notice. I don't mind Sean Brady waiting for a title shot after UFC 315. And if I'm being honest, I probably favor Sean Brady against Belal Muhammad in a rematch. That was insanely impressive. That was nuts. That was a crazy impressive performance. I've said it before, but that was nuts. At least against Belal, Leon was able to somewhat mount some offense. He was, at least throwing anything. In this fight, Leon just took it like such a good little boy. And also, Sean finished him. And he never was ever in, any danger on the feet. In the first round, there were some strikes that got there. But honestly, he was landing the better shots on the feet as well. He has better striking than Belal Muhammad. He's actually pretty fast. This will probably be the last time I doubt Sean Brady. I've picked against him every video I've had on him on the channel so far. Probably won't see me doing that ever again. I'm very impressed with Sean Brady. Also, Leon actually didn't wear his custom shorts. So I guess they just robbed him of his shorts. So, yeah, Leon, I don't know what he should do. I have no idea how he beat Kamaru as definitively as he did in their third fight. That's actually crazy, looking back on it. Sean made it look so easy, taking him down. He actually made it look easier than Belal, if I'm being honest. Because Belal was just picking him up and slaying him. I guess Sean Brady saw that and trained, because that's something that I said he wouldn't be able to do in this fight, and he did it. So, bad take from me. Bad pick. I saw Leon Edwards as an underdog, kind of bit more than I could chew. Probably should have picked Sean Brady. Yeah, Sean Brady, probably for the title. What just happened? Oh, hold up. If you go, oh, what the fuck? Why did my browser start showing? There's not Pornhub there, I swear. But yeah, great win by Sean Brady. Leon, who should Leon even fight? I guess Leon versus Joaquin Buckley, if you're so hellbent on Shavkat versus somebody else. I don't know. Leon's in a weird position now. Because those are two pretty definitive losses back-to-back where he's looked pretty much the same in both. I think Joaquin would do him dirty as well. Because Joaquim's got crazy power on the feet, and he's also a great wrestler, too. Leon's done. Sean Brady probably has a chance of becoming champion. Let's move to this co-main event. Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. Honestly, I have no idea who I would have given this fight to. I guess Ulberg 2-3 from the looks of it by striking numbers, but I don't know if striking numbers were correct because there were some moments where I think they definitely weren't. Yeah, this fight was a bitch to score. A lot of it was Ulberg leg kicking at range. Same with Jan. They both didn't really do anything, if I'm being honest. They both kind of just stared at each other a lot of the time. Kind of just fucking looking. I don't know. Very weird fight, if I'm being honest. I paused there first. My brain took a fart. Yeah, Ulberg, this performance this proves my point even further, if I'm being honest. He is not championship worthy at all. This, like I said, this fight was going to be razor close, and it was. Jan didn't look that bad for all the shit that happened in the offseason, I will be honest. The striking numbers were very even. Ulberg did have some moments where he did land some good stuff. Jan was just a little too slow in the moment, and he also was getting a lot of his leg kicks checked. Same with Carlos, to be fair. It was a lot of leg kicking in this fight. That's mostly what a lot of the shit was. And just Ulberg, throwing bullshit. Whiffing on a lot of stuff. Jan looked confused after the decision, like he usually does. Very close fight. Very close. I imagine a lot of people are going to scream robbery. I honestly don't know, because this fight was so painfully dry that I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. I was talking to my buddy, more than anything, about, heights in the UFC and stuff, how crazy it is that, Carlos Ulberg is, the same height as Steph Curry. So, yeah, Jan should probably retire, if I'm being honest. I don't want to see him fight anymore. I don't want to see him take any more damage, because I don't know. Actually, nah, Jan can still be competitive, though. That's the thing. I don't know. Why did I click out? This fight's dog. This video is going to be so bad, by the way. I'm not very focused. Yeah, Ulberg probably fights for the title next, I imagine. I guess. Or he fights, the winner of Khalil Jamal, I guess. Or he fights Yuri. Him versus Yuri would be kind of cool. I'd probably pick Yuri to win that. Ulberg's weird, though. He stays on the outside a lot. One of the only guys in the light heavyweight division you'll see where he is, admitting himself to be on the back foot. He will willingly be on the back foot and just stay on the outside of the black tape. Weird fight. We move to the featured fight. Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Kevin, as an underdog, hits pretty easily. The first round was worrying for a little bit, and then Kevin dropped him and almost finished him at the end of the first round. Honestly, I don't know what round you give to Gunnar. He didn't really do much. I guess the third, I guess? I don't know. I thought this was 30-27 Kevin Holland, if I'm being totally honest with you. I didn't really see a round where the control of Gunnar Nelson was great enough to overlook the shots off his back Kevin Holland was throwing. Because Gunnar, look at the striking numbers. Even though Gunnar had, control time in these rounds, he literally was doing nothing with it. Yeah, this fight, honestly, Kevin looked like he wanted to win. And that's what I want to see out of him. And he said it. He said that welterweight's better for me as an athlete, but I like middleweight more because I don't have to cut as much weight. But I'm like, dude, if you really want to win or become something, fight at welterweight. Fight these journeymen at welterweight. You will win a bunch of money. You'll get a bunch of free fucking fights. You will. It's just free at that point. Gunnar Nelson really didn't do anything in this fight. Of course, he did get some control times. There were moments where he was grappling very well. He had Kevin in a triangle choke in the third round. That was never really fully tight or fully locked in because he never really advanced past. Well, he did, and then Kevin defended very well. I guess that's why. Did they give him the third, I think, maybe? I don't know. But Kevin got up and started landing good shots and knees. And that was something that Kevin did very well, was land shots off his back and do good work in the clinch as well. So, Good win for Kevin Holland. He should stay at welterweight. Fight more journeymen. Dude, just fight them. Fight like fucking Tim Means or something. I don't know. Fight like Uros Medic. Fight like these... Not Uros Medic. Maybe. Nah, Uros Medic is chinny. Yeah, fuck it. Just fight at welterweight. Fight unranked guys. Don't keep, like... well, I guess they do have to kind of give him big names because Kevin Holland is a big name. I don't know. Kevin Holland, just stay at 170, bro. Don't move back up to 185. You're just too little. You're little, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. Welterweight, you're big. And, like, there's, like, no, like, crazy big grappler that, like, outweighs you by crazy amount. Like, in the unranked side of things, at least. But yeah, Kevin Holland, good win. We move to Molly McCann versus Alexia Tainara. Molly got absolutely steamrolled in this fight. Alexia basically just took her down, mauled her, eventually found the sub with a rear naked choke. Big lady, big legs. Look at her legs. And then she shook ass after winning. I love seeing that. Pause, actually. Don't. I'm probably going to edit that out. I might not. Who cares? Great win from Alexia Tainara, especially on short notice. Basically what I expected to happen. Fucking disappear, bro. God. Jesus. But, yeah. Really good win from Alexia. I mean, is it, though? Molly McCann's pretty bad. She's not a great fighter. Molly retired afterwards. Kind of sad, I guess. If you care that much about Molly McCann, I don't. But Alexia, prospect to look out for at strawweight. She looked really strong and really big. Great ground control. Overall, solid. Let's move to Jordan Vucenic versus Chris Duncan. I'm going to have to be mean in this video. I'm not mean enough sometimes. I'm going to have to be mean on some of these fighters. This is going to be one of them. Jordan Vucenic. All right. Huge prospect coming out of Cage Warriors. Or was it Cage Warriors? I think it was, right? I don't know. Huge prospect. Has a fight with Guram Kutateledze, who I'm going to be mean to later on in the video. Jordan Vucenic gets dropped in the first round. The first round is not what I'm mad about. Chris Duncan, huge guy for the division, pretty big. Lands a punch. Weird offset thing where he threw a kick and then threw a jab or a straight right afterwards. Like, his kick was still in the air and then threw the right hand, caught Jordan Vucenic, held him down for most of the round afterwards. Not even mad about that. His IQ in round 2. This is where I have a problem. Okay? Excuse me, I got the hiccups. After round 1, Jordan Vucenic starts teeing the fuck out of Chris Duncan on the feet. Tops. Just starts piecing him the fuck up. He starts, like, Chris Duncan is super slow in round 2. Jordan's reading everything. He's countering everything perfectly. And then, lo and behold, I just see him shoot a takedown from the black tape when Chris Duncan's at the Monster logo. For no reason. And he almost gets guillotined there. And I'm like, well, at least he fucking survived there. I don't know why he would shoot a takedown there. By the way, Leon shot a shitty takedown in round 3 against Sean Brady. Forgot to mention that. Fucking awful IQ there as well. Anyways, after that, I'm like, oh, but at least he survived. He starts teeing him up on the feet again. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Chris Duncan is so slow, like I said. Jordan catches a kick and then just fucking throws himself into another guillotine, shoots another takedown like a dumbass, and gets guillotined. Jordan, you're better. You are outstriking him in the round. Keep it on the feet, buddy. You don't need to I know you're a good grappler. Like, I understand that. Like, I understand you have really good jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. You don't need to go. You don't need to be going for takedowns, bud. I'm sorry, you really don't. You really don't need to be going for takedowns against Chris Duncan, who has a nasty guillotine, which we have seen him use before. Literally used it in his last fight. Has been training at ATT with other really solid grapplers. You do not need to grapple with. You are beating the fuck out of him on the feet in this round. You are countering everything, landing hard shots. Dumbass. I'm sorry, I gotta be mean. You're like, that was a dumbass move. And I hope you look back on it and you understand that and never do some dumb shit like that ever again, because you are really talented. Jordan Vucenic is crazy talented. And Chris Duncan isn't bad or anything. I just don't think he should be a guy who's 4-1 in the fucking UFC. He should have lost this fight. And he's asking for Terrence McKinney afterwards. He knows what he's doing, asking for fucking Terrence McKinney, bro. Jordan Pachenik drops to 0-2 in the UFC after a really solid performance against Guram Kutateladze in his debut. Sickening. We move to the start of the main card, Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charrier. Another one where Morgan kind of just like didn't really do much in this fight. He was just getting outstruck by Nathaniel Wood in moments, landed the worst shots. Nathaniel basically outboxed him the entire time, dropped him bad in round 1 off of a naked low kick by Morgan. And then after that, Morgan, they were just standing in front of each other doing like nothing in the entire fight. Like Nathaniel was just teeing him up most of the time. Morgan was throwing a lot of low kicks, body kicks, lead body kicks like that. Nathaniel Wood moves to like 9-3 in the UFC now. Very solid performance from Nathaniel Wood. Just did more in this fight, which is what you love to see. Good decision as well. Like, this was one of the only fights that was scored like probably perfectly. But yeah, good win from Nathaniel Wood. Not really much to say about this one. Essentially, Morgan Charrier, they were striking in the phone booth for most of it, just standing in front of each other, throwing low kicks. Nathaniel Wood just was outboxing him. Morgan would land some low kicks, some body kicks. Nathaniel would land like a 3-punch combination. His volume lower, like his output definitely lowered as the fight went on, but he did enough to win rounds. Like he just did. But yeah, let's move to the featured prelim, Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Again, a nothing burger of a fight. I thought Chris Padilla won rounds 1 and 2. Jai Herbert did like nothing in these rounds. He also got controlled against the fence. Chris Padilla was landing some solid knees in the clinch to the thigh and to the body. Round 3, Jai Herbert cut him up pretty bad with a knee up the middle, but then Chris kind of hurt him. But I gave the third round to Jai Herbert based on visible damage, and also he was like outlanding him. Chris Padilla was kind of on the back foot a majority of the round. Same with the first and second, but he was landing solid low kicks, and Jai Herbert just wasn't doing anything in the round. He was doing jack shit. So a traditional Jai Herbert performance. Got angry after the... Not angry, but he was like, well, how did I lose that fight? How did I not get the decision? Fucking whoop-de-doo, bud. You didn't do anything in the first 2 rounds. But good win for Chris Padilla. I guess. It was another close decision. We move to Lone Kavanaugh versus Felipe Dos Santos. Get the fuck out of here, browser. God. Close fight. Lone lost the first round due to damage. He had a bad cut on top of his forehead. Rounds 2 and 3, like, striking numbers show Felipe totally, but if you look at significant strikes, it was Lone Kavanaugh. Essentially, Lone started to land good shots on the feet. In the second round, he landed some solid hooks, got a takedown, held him down for most of the round, was landing solid elbows. So was Felipe off his back. He was landing solid elbows and shit off his back on, like, the top of... on the top of Lone's head, which is where his cut was. It was on, like, the top of his head. And Felipe was kind of targeting that. But he kind of just didn't try to get up in moments. You know what I mean? And if he did, Lone would most likely just mat return him, except in the end of round 3 where it was, like, Lone got up, or Felipe got up with, like, 30 seconds to go. He kind of stalked Lone. Good win. Had to dig deep for it. Again, Lone Kavanaugh's had a weird... UFC career so far. He's had 2 very competitive fights with Jose Ochoa and Felipe Dos Santos. Both very big flyweights, I will mention. But Lone pulled through again. Got a solid win over Felipe Dos Santos, who was competitive with Manel Kape at one time. So, good one for him. We move to Marcin Tubby Tybura versus Mick Parkin. I gave this fight to Marcin Tybura. I thought he won rounds 1 and 3 pretty clearly, if I'm being honest, and round 2 is clearly Mick Parkin's round. Mick Parkin, undefeated no more. Shane Gillis finally loses. I thought rounds 1 and 3, I thought Marcin just landed the better shots. Like, even if you look at significant strikes in round 3, I guess round 1 he got outstruck significantly, but he also landed some solid shots, and he got a takedown. He did nothing with the takedown, but that fits my agenda. Very close fight. Honestly, you could have given it to Mick Parkin. I wouldn't have really cared. I'm surprised they didn't, honestly, because Mick Parkin's supposed to be like the English prospect at the heavier weight divisions. Because at light heavyweight, do they really have anybody English at light heavyweight? I don't think they do. No, I don't think they have anybody. This is like supposed to be like their heavyweight, light heavyweight kind of guy, and he just lost. Mick Parkin, he's all right, I guess. Marcin Tybura was just crafty. Very crafty decision. Did enough to win. Landed some solid head and body strikes. Very unorthodox. Mick Parkin struggled to deal with the tubby Tybura charge. Good win from Marcin Tybura. We move to Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre Puliev. Andre Puliev should have never been signed, and this fight just proves it. He did literally fucking nothing in this fight. That's literally all you need to know. Do not rewatch this fight. It was essentially Christian Leroy Duncan walking him down, landing better shots, and then controlling him in the clinch for like 10 minutes. Andre Puliev did fuck all. He should probably be cut. I'd like to see him be cut, actually. He's going to become nothing at middleweight. He's too weak. He's just a weak guy. Look at him. He's fucking fragile. Weak as shit. Same with Jai Herbert. All right, who was another guy up the division? Or no, I think it was just... Yeah, because Chris was controlling Jai Herbert against the fence like exactly the same way. Cut him. He doesn't belong in the UFC. We move. That's another guy I got to be mean to. Cut this fucking skeleton. We move. To Sean O'Bannon versus Pooja Tomar. Now, this fight is another one I got to be mean on. Pooja Tomar. Now, 2 of the 3 judges actually gave her the first round, which is like, like it's kind of iffy if I'm being honest. I don't know what it was up with the judging on tonight. I should have honestly probably done worse than I did. I went 7-6. I probably should have done worse, honestly, like picks wise. Pooja, she landed solid shots in the first round, but it was mostly Sean O'Bannon just like, sidekick, sidekick, sidekick. Sidekick, just like dancing her way into it, but she did Pooja did land some shots. Round 2, Pooja lands a head kick. Dude, if any other ref was in there, the fight would have been stopped, bro. I swear to God. It made me so mad because she literally like knocked her out. And then she like punched her awake at a point. Sean O'Bannon recovers, gets an armbar. Pooja Tomar like let it happen though. You know what I mean? Like, she, like, put herself deeper in the armbar. So, what are we doing there, dude? What's going on there? Also, there were no knockouts on this card. There was not a single knockout. It was all submission finishes. It's kind of funny. Sean O'Bannon. Actually, let me read my tweet about her. I said, I can't wait for the day Shauna gets fucking decapitated by somebody else, this little sidekick spamming potato farming cunt. So that shows how I feel about Sean O'Bannon. We move to Nathan Fletcher versus Kalen Loughran. Be honest with you, I thought this was a robbery. I thought this fight was a robbery. I thought it was. I gave Kalen the first round because he controlled the cage very well. Nathan was landing solid shots on the feet. But Kalen did have a lot of control time, and he also did land some shots in the clinch. Round 2 is a very clear Nathan Fletcher round. Got the back very early, held it, controlled him very well. Round 3 was kind of like round 1, but then at the end, Nathan Fletcher starts fucking beating his ass. Cut him open pretty bad, and rocked him like 3 times. And like you can see, significant strikes-wise, he clearly outlanded him. And Kalen in this round didn't really do a lot with his clinch like he did in round 1. Like round 1 he did, like Nathan Fletcher didn't have like as much success as he did in round 3. I thought it was a robbery. Kalen's a blockhead. He looks like a fucking like supersized Chucky doll, good guy doll, head ass boy. But yeah, Kalen Loughran, I hate you. We move to the start of the entire card. Guram Kutteladze versus Kawhi Fernandez. Like I said in my video, I don't think Guram should have been as big of a favorite as he was. And he showed that. Kawhi Fernandez is a beast. Alright, I can't open it. You're just going to have to deal with that. Kawhi Fernandez looked like a fucking monster in this fight. Looked super good. Beat the legs of Guram very well. Hurt him with a head kick in the first round. Just beat him up. Beat him up pretty bad. Kawhi Fernandez, 2 in a row. Muhammad Yaha. and Garam Kutateladze back-to-back, beat the shit out of their legs, knocked him down like twice, I want to say, with low kicks. Beat him up for the entire fight. Garam had little to no success. Had a slow start, like I said he would. It is what it is. UFC London was mid. It was mid. But Sean Brady looked great. The card was pretty mid, not a lot of finishes. There were like no knockouts, no crazy moments, honestly. But yeah, it is what it is. This is my recap. I have a video for you guys probably tomorrow, honestly, about undefeated fighters in this year and how they've done. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.